first. Okay. Yeah. What's up, guys? My name is Gordon, along here with my friend Dexter.
What's up, guys?
And basically, this is our first ever video. It's going to be our first podcast as well. Obviously, we plan on doing a lot more podcasts in the future, a lot more videos in the future. We have loads of things, loads of ideas, and yeah, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be
Good
fun.
intro. Good intro.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have a lot of views per video right
Yes.
now, and
Yes.
we're just trying to spread that out, I guess.
Yeah,
So
totally.
that we have equal, even distribution across all our platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
What are we gonna be talking about, Gordon?
mainly on this podcast, we're going to be talking about like what videos we have planned, or just basically
we're
our
gonna do some sneak peeks into the channel. Is that what we're doing?
yeah. We're gonna take a glimpse into the future together.
Oh,
So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification button because stuff's coming. And
hit the Patreon.
yeah, the Patreon. We have our we have our team here with us, our website people who
Say
helped
hi,
us.
guys.
Okay, so we should say who their names are first. We have Ulf couldn't be here today.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
who are you? Who are you, Gordon? Introduce yourself.
I am Gordon. I am the CEO of the channel.
You're the co-CEO.
CEO.
Who's the other? Who's the other CEO?
You, Dexter.
Oh,
Yes.
what a title.
Yeah. So this is going to be awesome. We also have Kate Upton here.
Oh, yeah, she was a hard get, but
Yeah, and we also have Fred. Who?
Yep.
Why don't you explain each person's job, because you know them a
Well,
little bit better than I do.
Fred's mic doesn't seem to be working right now, which is kind of problematic, but he's here, trust me. He's basically our social network / designer guy.
Okay.
He works on the websites and everything. He is definitely one of the best in North America. I'm pretty sure he's from Chicago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
And unfortunately, Ulf Franz couldn't be with us today. He's basically our social pipes and no, he's not. That's not his title at all.
No.
He's actually the guy that sets up the Patreon, and I think he set up the MySpace, and he worked on the merch.
Yes. So
So Ulf and Fred, they do overlap sometimes, but they do
Sometimes.
figure it out amongst themselves, and yeah, that's the team. And then there's me and you.
what about Kate?
Yep, she's here as well.
So Kate and Fred, could you guys just clap real quick to show that you guys are here?
Let's clap,
Okay.
guys.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
So
Unfortunately, their mic doesn't work.
well, I mean,
So,
we just heard them clap though. So
Yeah. Well,
okay.
anyways. Yeah, she's the girlfriend.
Yeah.
I don't know who said, but she's sort of
She's
the
just
ambassador of our brand. Just
yeah.
show that we get hot cuties.
Yeah, the local girlfriend.
Yeah.
So basically, we wanted to go through and talk about some of our social medias that we have out there. We have
Yeah. Well, wait. It's the first podcast. We have to introduce everything. Right?
yes. So Dex, why don't you go ahead and let the people know what we have? Like they
Yeah,
can check us
well-
out on multiple platforms.
Well, what happened is this idea has been growing in our minds for years.
Yes.
Like
Careful
long-
planning here.
Oh, very long planning.
Yes.
Tons of money went into this.
Oh.
The amount of planning, like just trying to find these people.
Yeah.
On the interwebs was kind of difficult.
Mhm.
But we did launch. When did we launch again this week?
Yeah.
Last week?
Yeah, last week.
Yeah, last week, and immediately we just started popping up on all the social media pipes.
Yeah. Oh.
We just I just
got-
remember when I first got the email from France, and he was like, "Yo, Twitter's up, Facebook's up," and then next day I think he had the merch up, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's crazy! Are we selling shirts yet?"
Yeah.
He was like, "Nah, wait up." That's back then. He's from Austria. I forgot to say that.
Yes.
It's from downtown Austria. And then MySpace and Patreon got put up. So yeah, we're hitting the interwebs by a storm.
Yes, so make sure to check us out on all those platforms. The Patreon, we
Yeah.
have. We'll be talking about that a little bit later on. The different goals, I guess, tiers that we have.
Yeah.
Definitely check out the merchandise, you guys. Oh, it's been flying. Like every time I go and check it out, it's always sold out. Not,
Me
so,
too, actually. It's kind of weird. Like it
holy
just
smokes.
happens that like as soon as we launched it, we
Yeah,
just had like we got DDoS, I think,
yeah.
but the amount of people that just try to get on buy the shirt.
Oh,
I mean, if you go
website
on it,
crashed. Yeah.
just go on our YouTube channel, check it out. We're selling the chaotic T-shirt for yeah, like ignore the price tag. It's good quality.
Yes.
Um, like 500. It's not that much.
Yeah.
Good prices, and then we also launched the wristband.
Ooh, yes.
Right?
Hot seller. Hot seller of the
I
wristband.
mean, you've had the wristband
Yes.
yourself,
Oh,
Gordon.
man. Yeah, I bought a couple of them.
How was that? Did that improve your ability to pick up girls,
Yeah.
cuties,
Yeah. I mean,
Sheilas?
yeah, Sheila's everywhere. I was walking downtown and they're just like, oh, that's one nice ass wristband you got there, and I'm just like, thanks. And they're like, here's my key. Here's
It's
my
what's the key for?
for their house. It's like,
Jeez. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Great. Great. You just went to their house.
No, I didn't. I was like,
You gave it back. You were
yes, yeah. I mean, I was like, it's a wristband. Trust me.
yeah, but they come in different colors and yeah,
Different sizes.
two hundo is not.
I
not
mean,
bad for wristband.
for every dollar you spend is how many women you'll have on you,
I don't know. Yeah, like, you shouldn't think of it as
or men,
or men.
or men.
Yeah, we're unisex. But yeah, you shouldn't think of it as like monetary value. Should
Yes,
I say it like that?
you're just yeah. You're supporting us. You're supporting us.
Yeah,
in,
you're supporting the men and women that put in hours of work
hundreds
behind the scenes,
hundreds of hours.
hundreds and thousands of hours, because like we're also like, well, I shouldn't say this, but we might be sponsoring Brazilian children that are making these for us.
Yes.
Like not the children, the families of them.
Yeah.
It sounds bad. I should move on. Well, and we're gonna be launching probably different clothing items.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're gonna have to get on our merchandise team about that. We're still kind of in and out of meetings right now.
Yeah, like right now I'm just getting emails and emails. Like it's tough. It's tough. Like when I started this, I didn't think that. Like I kept saying, "Oh, it will be a while before we're big,"
Yeah,
but like just getting all the emails. Like how am I gonna? I'm gonna have to hire a secretary pretty soon.
Oh God.
And yeah.
So let's continue. Let's continue.
Well, that was the merch site.
Yeah, that's how much stuff we have going into the merch. That's how much.
It's tough to explain it because it's something you need to check out for yourself. It's visual.
Yes.
So
we do have our team, our crack team, working on that. Crack not in the drug, but as in very good at what they do. Anyway, so the basic plan for these podcasts as well is maybe later on they'll be for update stuff for it, but for right now it's just kind of for me and Dex to kind of talk about certain things, and we do have some really unique guests that will be coming on.
Yeah,
we actually have one. You guys stick to the end. Trust me. This is gonna get interesting. We have a really crazy guest. He's a really good one.
I'll give you a hint. Should I give him a hint?
Give him a hint.
Orange.
Orange is the new black, guys. Not the TV show, but
yeah, that's a good hint.
Okay, so anyway, stick to the end for that. We're also gonna have other random segments on here where we're gonna do one today. I have 3 scary stories that Dex has to guess which one is mine, which one is one of my friends, and which one is
sorry, wait, what are your
online?
friends?
Yeah, one of my friends' stories.
What do you mean?
They told me the story.
So you have one fake, one yours, and one from a friend?
Yeah, well, one's from online. I wouldn't call it fake.
Come on, it's fake. It's online. It's fake.
Okay.
So
except for this podcast.
But before we launch into that, should we talk about the Patreon?
Yes, let's go into some of the tiers of Patreon.
Okay. Yeah.
So go ahead. You've been working very close with was it with Ulf or was it Fred?
It's Fred.
Okay, you've been working very close with Fred.
He's the Patreon guy. He basically set us up. We have probably like I haven't refreshed in a while, so we might have a lot of Patreons already. But
Yeah.
we need you. Well, we don't
Yeah.
need you. You should come and you should donate. And
Yes. Yes.
unfortunately, I'm trying to
Uh,
private.
we're
the
gonna
amount
we're
donated.
we're gonna have VPs on this, you guys. So like, if you donate, you'll get a shout out in the podcast.
Oh wait. Yeah, we have goals. Okay.
Yeah, there are goals, and you know, Dex.
So we did decide, or that not us. It was obviously the marketing team slash
Yeah,
Patreon team.
yeah,
They decided that once we start getting 500 a month,
yeah,
right? It's a good amount. I don't know if I told you this. 500 a month. We'll start interviewing one patron
Yeah.
every month. Well, I should have said every week, but
yeah.
every month. That's the promise. It'll be every week if I feel good.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then that allows us to interact with our listeners.
Yeah, with our listeners, like,
With
and
all of
you know, those who don't get interviewed, don't worry, because I know you're all begging, you're all just hoping and praying to get interviewed by us. You guys will get shout outs later on. We'll do T-shirts, stuff like that. There's definitely going to be a lot of things coming up that.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
we had a
Dex and
goal
I-
that like if we get, gosh, it's hard to navigate. He didn't send me a good link. Fred, come on, come on, Fred, up your game.
Okay, he said sorry.
I think it was like if we yep, if we get a certain amount of money, we will print shirts and give them out for free.
Yes, for 100%.
And I think it was 10K, but sounds a bit greedy now.
Yeah,
but I reckon it was.
So don't worry, you guys. We'll pay for shipping. We'll pay for handling. We'll pay for the handling fees to get them out to you guys.
Wait, are we sending them to them?
Yeah.
Oh.
To the people who donate to a certain amount. Like I said, they're going to be more ironed out later on. This is just kind of like the basic idea. So,
Yeah,
don't you guys worry.
Yep.
Things are rolling.
Don't worry about it, guys.
Just because we don't upload every single day too doesn't mean that we're not working. We're definitely working behind the scenes really hard.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, once you're a CEO, once you're a co-CEO,
yeah,
it's tough. Like you have so much responsibility.
Like
you're looking after like huge stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we got to worry about paying our staff. We got to worry about the channel.
They get competitive wages.
Ooh, man.
Some better than South American.
We got to keep their salary consistent with inflation, and you know, so we're constantly keeping an eye on that.
And regional Austrian city limit laws.
Yes. So anyways, so yeah, that's pretty much what we have planned for the podcast. Like I said, we're gonna have guests on. Some you may know, some you may not, but don't worry, everyone we get on.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna know the one from today.
Yeah.
They've been living in a cave for
trust
the last
me.
2,000 years. Yeah.
He's definitely gonna set the precedent for this podcast. play on words there. Okay.
You peanut.
Let's move on. Let's move on. We also have a very highly sought after artist working on a logo. From Europe.
Tell us the story. Like, well, you start this.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, you know, I was on Instagram like I normally am, and you know, I was like, you know, going on the most popular page, and I saw the most beautiful pieces of art I've ever seen. The most beautiful, and I was like,
oh really?
Yeah, I was
like hunting for some nice artists.
Well, I wasn't even looking really. I was just kind of like, you know, I wasn't looking for someone to do a logo. I was just kind of like
looking through Instagram feeds.
Yeah. And I saw this person and I thought she was very talented.
Oh, it's a she.
Yes, she.
Well,
she's very talented. Yeah. Okay, you're kind of speaking on behalf of the people though. So yeah, she's very talented. We got our people in contact with her people. That didn't go so well, so we decided to contact her ourselves.
Gordon? Where is she from?
She's from Europe.
Pretty sure that was Sweden, right?
Yeah. she's from Switzerland. Yeah,
that same thing.
Yeah. She's from Switzerland, Sweden. And
they could have made countries that sound the same, hey?
Yeah. God.
Stupid. Who thought of that?
I don't know. Freaking
the managers of Europe. Stupid move, guys.
Freaking the associates. But So I was like, Dexter, Your co-CEO, I was busy. I had so many things on my plate. So I was like, Dexter, I know you're busy as well.
I know. I was like printing.
Yeah, he was he was printing.
Printing stuff.
So I was
Yeah.
like, Dexter, you have to check out this artist. She's awesome. She has amazing art.
Oh, yeah.
And I sent him some pictures, and I was like, no, now you may think I'm crazy. Just stick with me for a minute. And I said, get this woman, and get this woman on the phone and see
We're
if
against
she
child
can.
labor.
Yeah. Yes, woman. See if she can. See if she'd be willing to do a logo for us. It's a long shot.
And I was like, Gordon, what's wrong with the logo?
Well, nothing per se.
Yeah.
But we're always thinking to improve things.
Yeah.
Even if something's good, we still want to improve it.
Yeah.
So like take this podcast for instance.
And I was
After
like,
this,
great.
we're gonna want to improve. Not that this one is bad; it's good, but we're gonna
Yeah,
improve.
it's great.
Yeah, from that point on,
Okay.
I was like,
seem really interested in this.
from that, no, seriously, her art was fantastic.
Yeah.
You saw them all, and you're like, you were also floored by them.
I was like, do you know how you see those like people that stand in like modern art galleries?
Yes.
And they like stand in front of a painting for like an hour.
Just
And they just look at it like, oh, deep meaning.
just
like,
like stroking their mustaches. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I felt while I was just looking at the artwork.
Yeah. So
Was,
so Dexter, you got a hold of her, correct?
Oh yeah. Well, you didn't give me a name.
Yeah,
you didn't give me a location.
Just the picture.
My
Just the
team,
picture.
my team got a hold of her. I was like, find me some Swedish girl or Swiss girl.
Yeah.
And
Same thing.
in Europe, good artist. I think she's French. Find me this girl, and then obviously the find people, the search party was able to trace. What do you call it when like the people find someone? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
They found this person somewhere in the Swedish Alps, and they gave me her details for Messenger,
Yeah.
and I gave that to my assistant.
Yeah.
And I said, "Hey, assistant."
You said you were going to hire earlier.
No, that was the secretary. I already had
Oh,
an assistant.
right. Sorry.
Yeah, listen, dude, keep up.
Sorry.
Jeez. Making it sound like I'm making stuff up. And I was like, "Hey, you contact," and my assistant basically wrote her an email on Facebook Messenger.
Yes.
And it was like, "Oh yeah, so our marketing department just called," and then you said that you found her, obviously. Like,
yeah.
You was spying her out, and you saw the beauty.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically asked her if she could do a mock-up, which at the time I didn't know what that was, but artists obviously understand.
Yeah.
You knew that. And then there was a little reward in it for her with a little link. Yeah, which was good because you offered.
Yeah. Whoa. We'll keep it between us. That's strictly
you said maybe
business.
a prize. It could be anything from a lollipop to a Lamborghini,
to some shares in our company.
We won't go that far. And she was like, she laughed, which I assume is like her just being nervous because
I mean,
she's
talking,
such a big name. Like, do you know how people go like, ha, yeah,
yeah.
And then she said, sure, like what kind of logo? And then I obviously needed to sift through all the emails again, and and I said, oh yeah, don't know exactly what it's for, but it's got to be for the CCT logo.
Yeah.
And immediately she's on it. She's like, colors, styles.
Yeah. Oh man, she was right.
And question mark.
Okay, this is something else we're gonna get to as well, but he found a surprise in our comment section later on from said artist.
Who? Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So like little did we know while we were scoping her out.
Like she's not on it yet. Like we're getting to that.
Yeah.
Because Like the thing is, she hasn't read it yet. Different time zone, you know.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
she's in somewhere in Sweden,
Or
and
Switzerland.
that or Switzerland, and that time zone is probably different than this one,
Hmm.
and she's probably sleeping. You know, artists need to sleep until like 1 p.m.
Yeah.
just to maintain their like artistic
Integrities.
emotions,
Yeah.
whatever. And yeah, so I haven't responded out of fear that I would sound desperate. So I'll be getting to that later,
Okay.
and the logo should be out pretty soon.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, guys. Fingers
Fingers
crossed.
crossed. Yeah, people are pretty excited.
And
I
later on, maybe sometime down the line, we can have even you people, send us in
oh
your awesome logos through our
yeah
Twitter. So make sure you follow on the Twitter, on the
yep
Facebook, on the MySpace, on the Tumblr. We're everywhere.
yep
So
everywhere pretty much. We're
we'll
gonna
have.
launch into the Russian market too and
Oh
the
yeah,
Chinese one.
yep.
So we're gonna be on VK. Okay. Uh, Baidu is it called Baidu, the Chinese one? I'm taking a jab here.
Yeah.
It's not my department.
No.
Somebody else is obviously on that. That's very Chinese specific.
Yeah, so that would be like our marketing team. So
Yeah.
basically, me and Dexter are just like we said CEOs. We're pretty much like we're like
Co-CEOs.
the hosts of the channel. You know what I mean?
We can't both
Like
be CEOs. We're
yeah,
co-CEOs.
co-CEOs.
Yeah.
We're like the people who are the face of the channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The face of the business. Even though there are so many different like cogs, so many different of these
Yeah.
levels of people working on the channel. So
Yeah.
that's why we want to introduce them to let them know that they're appreciated and to let
Yeah.
them know that that we're not just trying to take all the credit for ourselves because
Yeah.
trust me guys, there's a lot of work, a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on in this channel. So I mean we've had to turn away Rooster Teeth, we've had to turn away Machinima because I mean
I don't even read their emails.
Yeah.
Like they go up in my spam folder, and I just delete.
oof.
I just select delete.
See, Dexter's more of the the firm CEO. I'm more of the I'll see it, but I'll probably still
good
say
cop,
no.
bad cop. You know, like I'm the
Yeah.
reasonable guy. You sort of run on emotions.
Yeah. So it's good thing that we have each other here to kind of balance each other out.
Yeah.
So
You're
sometimes
like trying to grab all the deals. I'm like, they're bad, dude.
yeah, the heart wants what the heart wants, but the wallet wants what the wallet wants. I'm just joking.
What a great saying, dude. That will be in your book once you write your book.
Yeah. Wait for that. Trust us. The book will come. The book will come. So yeah, basically that was the logo. That was all of our websites. The team. Unfortunately, like we said, Ulf couldn't be here. We'd get some comments from him.
He's busy. Come on, like
he's a busy man. He's probably one of the busiest out of all of us.
He's just cracking the social pipes.
He's God. He's been wanting the money too. Like he's been working extra hard for that.
Well,
that overtime.
Once the money comes. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
And I mean,
we do not pay per hour. We pay per quality, and that's something that we're pioneering here at this company.
That's what I'd like to see one day in a perfect world. People get paid for the amount of not the amount of work, but like how good the work is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like screw hours. Like you shouldn't get paid per hour.
I'd like to see big companies do that.
Yes.
Especially Walmart. I want to see Walmart do that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, could you imagine?
A lot of people wouldn't be working.
Just said like, oh, here's what you would have been paid if you got paid by the old dumb system.
Yeah.
But here's the quality work, and then bam, like thousands of bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly,
it'd be a lot. It'd be a lot fair. More fair. It'd be more fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
so
is that everything for the media players?
So yes. So that's the media things. That's the intro. First video. Obviously, we're gonna have more podcasts coming. One other thing I wanted to touch on really quick, super quick, was like I said earlier, we're not uploading every day. But that doesn't mean we're not working.
Well, yeah, because like we just said, it's quality.
We want quality over quantity. So when we do something, we want to be happy with it. We want to be proud of it. And of everyone we've hired, we didn't hire editors. So we're kind of trial and erroring it right now.
Yeah, well, we're still searching.
Yeah,
it's
so if you're an editor,
you can't just pick out people out of thin air. Like they have to be good.
If you're an editor and you have a good you have a a good background. You've been to editing college.
You're a nerd.
And Well, I
What
mean,
backgrounds the editors have?
we're all nerds. Okay, if you ever worked
What
on
back-
Jurassic Park, if you ever worked on Star Wars, give us a call. We might hire you as an intern.
If it says on the resume, I have worked for Jurassic Park and like the new Nemo movie, I will consider it.
Yes, and
I'll be like, yeah, well, you got up your game, but I'm considering you.
yeah, interns. What we're looking for right now.
Oh, we
You
have
know.
an intern. What's his name?
Lorne.
Yeah, he's the new guy.
Yeah, we were gonna get him on, but he's busy. He's at work right now. Unfortunately, he does not edit those. So
Oh, he's the intern.
he's kind of looking after the media. He's replying to people. He's the one. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, and
yeah. I
you're
don't
like,
know. Is somebody replying to the YouTube comments? I think there is. It's probably
yeah. He has
Yeah.
replied. Sorry.
Show him some love if you see him.
And we also wanted to do a segment here where we go over some of the comments that we got. Some people who have bought the shirts and wristbands. Dex, I don't know if you want. Could you read those off for us real quick?
Well, am I just reading the testimonial? Or?
Yes. So
'Cause-
some
'cause
very
I-
happy customers.
Well, before I read that, like on our page, we went around downtown big city place, and
Yeah.
I don't want to say the city now. I'm afraid people will find us.
Get
Like
swatted.
we got a testimonial, and it was a guy.
Yep.
Sorry, it was a girl.
Yeah.
Read the comment. I'll be kind of weird.
What do you mean read the comment?
And like I read the comment again that
Oh.
this person gave.
Okay.
And then they got the shirt, which is obviously it's a good price, $500, good price.
I mean, come on, guys. Come on.
like
$500.
like dude, people spend like $500 for an Xbox. Like,
Yeah.
what's an Xbox gonna give you?
Like I'm almost guaranteeing
show.
you an Xbox will not pick you up a woman as good
Exactly.
as this
it will
shirt
actually
will.
be woman repellent,
Yeah.
and guys too. If you're one of them gamer girls, and
Yeah, if you're guys too. Sorry, I know we're saying girls a lot, but we mean guys as well. We
yeah, with sexes.
come on, women. You gotta. I mean, I'm pretty sure one. Yeah, it was from a woman. You said right?
Yeah, and I was like, oh hey. Well, it was.
Oh hey.
Sorry. I remember me and you were walking down the street.
Yeah, as we do.
We might as well just say Vancouver, okay?
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
Vancouver.
Okay, we're in Vancouver.
We're in downtown Vancouver, and you're walking along. You've got the new chaotic T-shirt on,
Oh yeah.
and remember that girl that came up to you,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Oh hey," well, it's one of the several girls that
Mm-hmm.
came up to you, and she was like, "Oh hey, nice T-shirt. We should totally make out." And then you were like, "No,
Yeah. It's just like
I've already
eh.
got someone.
Mhm.
I've already got family." And
Yeah.
then I was like, "Oh my god! Like we've been out here for like what 30 seconds?" And
yeah. Like
it's already
we
booked.
we literally walked out the door. It was like
I was like, there wasn't even a person. Like the door that we walked out of was see-through,
Yeah.
and there wasn't even a person on the other side. And then once we got
Yeah,
through,
like-
there was a person on the other side.
like that.
Yeah. So, and then we immediately went back inside because it was just teenagers. And
Yeah.
so I kept that comment. So I just read it to you.
Yeah.
So it is proof that people will probably try to make out with you. Stay safe
So
though.
yeah, it's definitely buy if you're a guy buy a pack of condoms because I know how you guys are out there. You take whatever you can get. But with this shirt, you're gonna be beating them off with sticks. Trust me.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So make sure
And
you
then-
go to your grandma and get a stick.
And then what are we reading out the comments on
Yes. We do get comments on the YouTube channel as
there's
well.
so many comments. I'm gonna have to scroll through
Yeah.
all these.
Yeah.
And,
So
like, I'm sorry if your comment doesn't get it out. Like, it's
Yeah.
just,
there's so many to go through.
we only have
yes.
so much time in a day.
But comment. I mean, we'll try our best to get to it, you guys. We're trying to stay as active as possible. I'll tell Lauren. You got to get on those comments, man. You got to reply
Yeah.
to every single one.
And if he's good enough, we'll give him a job, a full-time job.
Maybe.
Because right now he's only working 6 hours a week.
Yeah, 6 hours a week. He's,
And he's not allowed to work anywhere else, so we know that he's committed.
yeah. So okay, go ahead, read the comments.
So I'm just randomly scrolling through. Don't be mad again if your comment doesn't
Yeah,
get read.
just
There's a lot of
just
them.
pick a random one. Pick a random one.
Okay. Here's one from Bob Jim. Okay. Which never heard of this guy.
Yeah, me
But-
neither.
But hello, welcome to the podcast, Bob Jim.
Yes. Enjoy your free shout out. Enjoy your
Yeah.
free shout out.
Yeah, don't get too excited. Anyways, Bob Jim says, and tell me what you think of this. Can't believe the merch is sold out already. So disappointed. But the content is peace.
Thank you very much, Bob Jim, for that comment. We do appreciate you checking out our videos. We do apologize. Like I said, we're getting
It's
people
tough.
on that. We're getting people on the shirts.
Inventory, it's just like
Especially this time around
like
here.
inventory, like
Inventory. Yeah.
inventory. Sorry, inventory.
So
Yeah, nine. So inventory is bad, and yeah, because we will ship them in to the warehouse, and then they'll immediately be gone. Like
yeah, like we ship
crazy.
them in, they'd take them out of the box and put them into another box and ship them back out. That's
like,
pretty much how it
the
goes.
Brazilian working market is just like full.
Ooh.
Like they're just trying to meet our demands. It's
Like
crazy.
I barely got the shirt. Like I barely got it, and I'm co-CEO.
Yeah, because before we published it, you quickly got a shirt. That's
Yeah,
the
dude.
only reason you could get one.
That was the only way, and even then, we had to accidentally tell
And I
someone that they
tried,
couldn't
and
get
it
a
was
shirt.
sold out. And I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
But I got
we have to
response.
share the shirt. So
Yeah. Yep. Anyways, and then we also have a comment from. Let's randomly scroll through.
yeah.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Ralphie Fernandez.
Oh, Ralphie,
Yeah.
welcome
Yeah.
to the podcast.
Welcome, Ralphie. Don't know where these guys are from. I wonder where these guys are from. Like,
Yeah,
we could be international already.
yeah.
Like,
Who knows?
They all speak English, but anyways, he says,
Vigets, Ralphie, Vigets.
I'm so excited. That's what he said.
He has it right there, man. Be excited, Ralphie. Be very excited because
Yeah.
so much entertainment coming your way. Trust me.
He's shaking. Oh, definitely. And then I just see, like, obviously Lon has already replied to him.
Yeah.
Says, yes, be very excited. Good job, Lon.
Oh,
It's good to
stole
see
the
that-
words right out of my mouth. Yeah.
It's good to see that he's already active in the comment section.
Yeah, right away, man. He knew right away.
Like, out of scrolling randomly through all these comments and just picking one, and he's on it. Like,
Yeah.
that's good. I like
yeah.
what you're doing, Lon. Keep it
Yeah.
up.
Keep it up, Lauren.
And then, I just randomly scroll through. No. Oh, Deborah G.
Mhm.
That's weird. Okay. Switzerland loves good quality.
Ooh.
Oh, we have an international, dude.
Yes, there we go. There we go.
Switzerland. Oh my goodness. Is that like in Sweden?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Switzerland's like the capital of Sweden or something.
Oh, nice.
Switzerland.
I don't
yeah.
know. Yes, Sweden, Switzerland, Swaziland.
Yeah.
What is Swaziland, by the way?
I don't know.
Isn't that a country too?
Is it?
Swaziland. Well, we'll look it up later. We'll
Yeah.
talk to the look up people.
Yes.
Switzerland loves good quality, and Switzerland will love this. And then she's done one of those like hand signs that like for the okay.
Yeah.
And then like a thumbs up. So she's like, okay, thumbs up. Like that's pretty cool.
Nice.
And then she's like, by the way, your shirts are amazing.
Ooh.
I met my boyfriend the day I wore it for the first time.
Oh, there we
Doesn't
go.
surprise me.
There we go.
Me. Good job.
Fred.
Wait.
Fred. Just, I know you're happy, Fred. Just
Stop clapping, guys. Come on.
yeah. Come on. Come on.
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, a little clap for me, a little golf clap.
Yeah. Me too.
Good job. Good job for love.
Yeah. There you go, you guys. The
Like, we're
boyfriend.
already bringing people together. This is amazing.
You guys, get your shirts. Get your wristband.
500 is
It's like
40 years down when you're married and you have like 7 kids. Like,
Yeah.
is 500 going to be a lot of money? No. You're going to be like
Yeah.
if somebody walks up to you and is like, oh, would you pay 500 for your family? They're like, what, you crazy? Of course.
yeah. I mean, like,
Yeah.
think about it. Think about it right now. Like love is worth more than $500. Like,
Yeah.
Dex. I'm thinking we should raise the price. Maybe. I mean, like,
Well,
no, we
we're
won't.
committed.
We won't right now, guys. We won't right now.
We're committed to good. Because like I was arguing for weeks trying to get that price down because they were giving me an initial evaluation of like 20K. I was like, guys,
Yeah.
like, come on, like,
We did
what's it gonna-
fight. Yeah.
do you think these guys are gonna pay 2 semesters of university for
Yeah.
for a show? Like, come on, like, I know it's worth that much.
Yeah.
But like, we want to be known to make stuff like this more accessible to the everyday bloke.
Yeah, and the more we get, hopefully we can kind of wrangle those prices down a few bucks. Maybe one day we'll go crazy and we'll say, you know, uh, 0.01% off of all merchandise for like 30
Selected
seconds
merchandise.
or 30
Yeah.
minutes. Sorry, not 30 seconds. That would be ridiculous. Yeah. So I mean, you know, like I said, in the
Well,
future,
without traffic, 30 seconds
yeah,
would not be
well,
much so sexy.
we'll have to, you know, wrestle around with the people to try to
Anyways,
get
that's
the.
not her last. I forgot to read the last sentence.
Okay,
She's
so her
like,
boyfriend on the first day
I
she
met
wore the
my
shirt.
boyfriend the day I wore it for the first time, which must have been this week. So
Yeah.
good on her. And then she says, don't think it's a coincidence. Wink.
Ooh.
So she knows it's the shirt.
She
which is,
know like
which is
a a.
yeah.
I'm pointing at the screen while I'm doing that.
Yeah, and
Right.
just
And who was
there's
that
too
again?
many-
Sorry.
That was Deborah G, but she's got a little accent on the E, and I do not know how to pronounce that.
Okay, Deborah G. You're
Deborah.
welcome.
Deborah. Yeah.
Deborah.
Deborah.
Thank you so much for buying the shirt. You know, I wish you nothing but happiness.
Yeah.
Get your.
Oh, it's
Oh,
guaranteed happiness.
you should put the shirt away now. You know, fold it up, put it away, hide it, get it safe, put it in there. Because the powers, trust me, the powers are
If
crazy.
your relationship ever hits the rocks,
Yeah.
and you're doing it tough, I don't know, just whip out the shirt again.
Yeah,
put her
that's
on,
all. That's all you gotta say. You know, you're like, you know, hey, I'm going to work. Can you do the dishes? And he's like, no. You'll be like, you want me to put the shirt on? I'll put the shirt on and go outside. He'll be like, all right, I'll do the dishes. You know, that's it. You got your threat now.
Yeah. Well, I don't want them using it as a threat.
I'm just
I thought
saying.
it was more like he will beg for her to wear the shirt again
Well, I mean,
because it's like it's sexy. Maybe she's at work and she's at work and you know it's tough at home, and then she calls her boyfriend or whatever, or husband at this stage. With,
yeah, most likely.
I don't know.
Probably got like
10
3 kids. Yeah.
Yep.
Or
Between
10.
3 and 10 kids. And she calls and she's like, hey, you wanna have some, you know, special time tonight? And you'll be
Yeah.
like, nah, I don't feel like it, mate. and she's like, what if I wear my shirt? And you'll be like,
Boing.
okay, see you in 20.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, obviously that's gonna last for a long time.
So get your
Hey,
shirt, guys.
Yeah. Yep, that's the moral of the story.
You want that to be you? Go get your shirt. You know,
Yeah.
maybe you're lonely. You know, maybe you have one of those pesky neck beards. If you're into magic cards, this is kind of like the opposite of that. Get that shirt, man. You'll be getting it all. Trust me. You know, you walk outside, those women will be combing your neck beard. I'm not making fun of anyone with a neck beard. I myself have one. Don't worry.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, well, it fits nice with the shirt as long as your neck beard is the same color as the shirt.
yeah.
Which good luck because that's like yellow and green.
So just get some dye, put it on your neck beard.
Bracelet for
you know,
that added touch.
Yeah.
I mean-
I don't know.
We haven't even talked about. The
I don't
bracelet.
even know if you should wear the bracelet and the shirt at the same time.
We haven't even done tests. Like we've got the crash dummies.
Yeah,
but
oh my god, that one dummy got crushed beneath all those men and women when we put the shirt and the wristband.
yeah,
Ooh, I mean, and then we had to take it off and like hide them, and people were like, "What just happened?" So
yeah, it was like The Walking Dead.
yeah, be
They're
careful. Yes,
They unturned.
yeah,
They returned to normal human beings.
just be careful, you guys. If you buy the wristband and the shirt, I highly recommend you only wear one at a time.
Yeah,
If you
that's what I've been doing.
If you can't afford the shirt, get the wristband. You
Yeah.
know, wristband is way cheaper. Trust me, guys.
Because you have the shirt and I have the wristband, and we cannot be seen in public.
Yeah,
Together.
no, because if we did,
Yeah.
like, it would cause mass hysteria,
Yeah, definitely.
but in a good way.
In a great way. Well, anyways, there's so many comments, and I don't think I'll get to all of them. So
Yeah. So keep commenting, you guys. Maybe we'll mention you in a video.
send us
Donate.
the emails.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll definitely read them. Like I'll get my assistant to read them, and
Yeah.
you'll pass them on to me.
Emails.
You know, you
comment.
just sift through, make sure there's no some people send maybe weird emails.
Yeah. Send us pictures with your shirts on for those of you who bought the shirt. Well, I guess we can't really show them, but
Sure what?
pictures of people with the shirt on.
Well, we can talk about them.
Yeah, we can. We'll
We can be like,
give
"Oh,
very
yeah,
good descriptions. Yes.
Here's Timmy. He's wearing his yellow shirt and he's on a mountain of babes."
Yeah.
And yeah, nice
I mean,
selfie.
trust me,
Good
guys.
job, Timmy.
Get the shirt. Get the wristband.
And
Definitely donate to Patreon.
okay, before we move on,
Yeah.
what do you think of this? I'm gonna bounce the idea off you.
Yep.
So because we're gonna be launching into like I don't know, like all the social medias,
Mm-hmm.
like everything, including Russia market, probably African market, all the other markets.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're all called, but should we, like, once we've launched on every, should we aim for the top 100 social media pipes in the world?
Like,
Like all, like the top 100 by the amount of people that are on them. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, we'll launch on all of those, and then we should make a competition that the first person to, like, sub us on all of them, and then send us a screenshot. Like, obviously not 100 screenshots, but like them all edited into one picture.
Yeah.
So now you can like get the little strip out.
Yeah.
And then we'll have, like, we obviously need one of our team to like check all of the sites to make sure this person was actually there and not just 99% of them. Like, what if he goes on 99 and doesn't do us, and we give him the prize?
Gives up the last one. He's like, nah.
Well, he could have forgotten about it.
That's true. Actually. Counting to 100 is hard. Sometimes you lose count when you're at like 60 or 70.
I know, but how about we do like a t-shirt giveaway
Ooh.
or like something to the first person that's able to like.
Okay.
Like once they're all up.
Yes. This will be in the future, guys.
Through like to all of them.
All of them, and be the
And
first
sub
one to
us.
do it.
And you have to pledge. Well, you have to be a Patreon. You have to be a Patreon because that's one of them.
Yeah.
We're gonna include that one.
That's true. Even if it's like just $1 in Patreon.
It could be 5 cents. Doesn't matter. It's anything.
It has to be $1.
What do you mean?
Okay. No. Anyways. Okay, guys. We're gonna move on because we're almost at our mark that we would like to have these be as long as. So I was gonna say we're gonna tell some scary stories. We're at like.
God, time flies. Actually.
Holy crap!
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I think we're at like 32 minutes.
Oh, plenty of time.
So I want to tell the scary stories. Honestly, to tell all 3 of them though, it would take longer than that. I don't know. Do you want to do a long one for the first one, or do you want to?
Oh, do the scary stories.
Okay, so we're gonna go on scary stories. So basically, you're gonna tell 3 scary stories. Normally, if there was a guest on, well, we do have a guest, but they can't guess right now because they're a little busy.
Okay, should we bring on the guest?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll do the guest first, and then we'll do scary stories.
Okay.
Or do you want to just do guests and then save scary stories for next week?
Oh, we should do both.
Okay, we'll bring the guest on. You guys have been waiting. Dex, you've got this person on call right now, correct?
Yep.
I'll let you introduce.
This person's very busy, but it was tough to get them on. But
Yeah.
my assistant got there in a heartbeat.
Ooh, dude,
And
I need a good assistant like you. My assistant sucks.
Yeah, well, maybe you should fire him and get a better one.
Yeah, I should. But anyways, so go ahead, introduce your guest.
Yeah, so you're not gonna believe this, but we actually, for the first podcast, we were able to get the one and only
President Trump.
There he is. There he is.
Only President Trump.
Yes,
Welcome,
thank
President
you. We wanted to go
Trump.
big. We
Oh
wanted to
my
go
God.
big
Thank
with
you
this.
very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
God, it's great to have you. Like, it was tough to get you on, and we sent you a lot of emails, and
I'm sorry.
yeah, that's okay.
Why is he sorry?
It took a long time. It doesn't matter, and I hope you understand. It's an absolute pleasure to have you
I
on.
fully understand.
Oh, great. Yeah, and this is Gordon. Like you to meet him. Say hello, Gordon.
Hey, Mr. Trump.
You're fired.
Oh, that's a
What?
joke. That's a funny joke.
It's okay because he had the apprentice.
Yeah, was that a joke, President Trump?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. It's good to know.
Okay, so
Yeah, so you just
yeah. Go. I mean, do you have questions for him, Dex?
for me.
Yeah.
Well, Not really. Like, I know a lot about him. Like, should we, like, I don't know. What do you do for a living?
Other than being the president.
Mr. Okay, no, that's a stupid question. I know what he does for a living. Do you make a lot of coin?
Mr.
Billions and billions,
Oh, he ate. Wow, is it really that much?
probably trillions.
Oh my goodness,
Holy crap.
dude,
Mr.
that's a lot
Trump.
of money.
Well, I pay a lot of tax.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like, that's definitely.
Many, many, many millions of dollars.
Oh, that's a lot of tax.
Dude.
Yeah, and God, but I know he's a. You're a family guy, aren't you?
I have a wonderful family.
Oh yes, you do.
I'm really rich.
Yeah. I know
Ooh.
you are. I know you are. And like, is there anything you want to tell our listeners?
We will make America great again.
Okay,
Great.
Mr. Trump. We're here to basically talk about the channel. Can I ask Mr. Trump some questions?
Sure.
I want to ask him if it's okay. Is it okay if I ask you some questions? Okay. Like how you started out in the hotel business, correct?
Sorry, his mic is not. Wait, let me just get his mic on.
Get it, dude. Come on. It's the president.
Okay, sorry.
Did he hear me?
Okay, yep. We're back on.
Okay. Do I need to repeat the question?
Yep.
Okay, sorry, Mr. Trump. We're having a bit of technical difficulties. I was just wondering if
Don't be sorry. Go.
I was just
Go ahead.
wondering, like, if it's true that he actually started out in the hotel business.
No.
No? What? Oh my
No.
God. So, you said you took out a small loan of $1 million from your dad, right?
My father gave me a small loan of
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
I made a lot of money in Atlantic City, and I'm very proud of it.
Oh God, great.
Would you be able to give us a bit of a loan?
A bit of a loan.
No.
Oh,
No.
great.
I'm
Dex.
sorry.
Why? Well, I mean, I understand that it's a risky business.
Wait, you could ask him why.
Why can't you give us?
Something wrong with you. You're certainly not very good.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Well, okay, Mr. President, you clearly don't know what we do. Like, I know.
That's right.
Yeah, I know. I know that this is the first podcast, and but we're definitely a good couple.
yeah, a good.
I don't care.
Okay, jeez, calm down.
We understand you're a busy man. Sorry.
Okay, he's
Sorry?
busy. Come on, he's busy. Are you okay now, Mr. President?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. So Mr. Trump, it's going to be hard for us to kind of to match any guest now. So how do you feel about
I
being?
fully understand.
Yeah.
How do you feel about being on the podcast? You're the first ever guest of our first ever podcast. How do you feel?
Oh, he's looking out. He's shaking his head. He says, "What is he gonna say?"
Fantastic.
Oh,
Hey! Oh, it's great. To have you.
awesome,
Don't
awesome,
Oh, great.
That's all right.
Good stuff.
okay, awesome. Thank you, Mr. Trump, for thank you for coming on, Mr. Trump. That's pretty much. No, actually, I was wondering if he was a fan of Star Wars.
A fan of Star Wars?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess he's not. I don't know. What are you a fan of, Mr. President?
The American dream.
Ah, great.
I mean, you don't need to. I mean, you can cut loose. I mean, what was like the first thing you ever spent like your first $1 million on?
The first.
Yeah.
What did you
What?
spend the first $1 million on?
Yeah.
I am officially running for president of the United States.
Okay, we know about that.
Yeah. You're president already, Mr. Trump. Why are you telling us this again? Okay. You know what, Mr. President, we appreciate having you on here, but we're
Speak English. Bong, bing, bong.
Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump.
He's funny. Yeah.
I want to thank you for coming on the podcast. Is there anything you want to tell our subscribers?
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
That was great to have him. Yeah,
Okay.
he's gotta go. He's busy. He's gonna be down in America and but it's good to have you.
This is so important to me.
Yeah, nice.
I'm
So
glad.
we should definitely
Have to get together.
yeah, we will in the future, and definitely nice to have you. I mean, what do you think of me and Gordon?
Great relationships.
Oh, thanks. And the podcast?
Beautiful things.
Oh, great. Yeah, I definitely.
I love you,
No problem.
and I thank you.
Yeah, it's all good. Do you have anything else to say?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I thought you were talking to Mr. Trump. Nope, that's pretty much it. We're pretty much at the point where we should be ending, which we're gonna be normally ending the podcast, but we're gonna go a bit longer because it's our first
It's the
one.
first one. It's extended.
Yeah. So
Cool.
thank
Okay,
you, Mr. Trump.
See you, Mr. Mr.
President.
Prez. Okay.
We'll see. Maybe someday we can get Mr. Trudeau on. Maybe get Mr. Putin on.
Mr. Putin.
Mr. Putin.
Oh yeah, we'll get him on. Oh, jeez, he's already left.
Oh,
God.
Mr. Trump.
It was tough. Well, he was on the phone, so he hung up.
What a dickhead. But anyways, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Mr. Trump.
What a bad.
Okay. So anyways, now we're gonna move on to this segment. Normally the guest
That was a good interview. Should have.
Yeah, I was gonna ask him if he wanted to join in the game, but he left.
He's quiet. Yeah, I think he's quiet. Just started.
Okay. So basically, how this little game is gonna work is I'm gonna tell 3 stories. Obviously, like I said earlier, I'm gonna label them story A, B, and C.
Okay, wait.
and-
Let me get this right. So one of them is yours.
Yeah, my
The
own
other
personal
one-
experience.
The other one is a friend's.
Yeah,
And the last one is just made up. Oh no, online.
online.
Yeah. Okay. And I have to guess which one's which.
Yeah, you have to guess which one is mine, and
Alright.
you can guess which one is which if you want. I'll kind of go through them again, like just do a little recap at the
okay.
very end. So I'm gonna tell all 3 of them, and then you guess. Okay.
Yeah.
Bill-
Well, give me the first one. Give me number A.
Okay. Number A. All right. Going on to number A.
Good point. Give me a letter A.
Okay.
What is that?
Okay. So starting off with my first story, it's gonna start off when I was a young kid,
Yeah.
and I lived up north. I was
Wait,
showing
is this part of the story?
this part of the story. This part of the story. I was well, not this part, but Dexter. I showed you where I lived on Google Maps when I was a kid. Remember? Yesterday. It takes place there, which I'll just say because I don't live there anymore anyway. So who cares? It was in New Hazelton, and I was just a young boy at the time. I was probably about like 10 years old.
What the hell?
And my yeah, me and my friends, we lived on Wiggins Way, and I lived in a brown house, and we kind of went in the back. I had like
wait. Stop. Is this part of the story?
Yes, this is part of the story.
Because then I know obviously which one it is. Because you're given information that would not be online.
No, I know, but I'm making them all like as if they were my story.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm gonna kind of twist some of the stories and make it like seem like even though if one happened somewhere else, I'm gonna say it happened in Williams Lake.
Okay, sure.
I mean Vancouver, Vancouver. Anyways, so we were in Hazelton, and like when I would have a sleepover, and I'd have a bunch of friends over, my parents would be like, they'd let us set up the tent in the backyard because we were really loud. So basically we set up the tent in the backyard, and how my backyard worked was we had 2 tree forts there. And like there was a trail that went in between the tree forts.
Goodness, how big is this backyard?
It was pretty big, and the trail leads. Okay, by this point you're kind of out of the gate, so it's kind of not our backyard anymore because it led to like a forest area. Like the forest was right there.
Are the tree houses in the?
Yeah, they're actually in the backyard.
Okay,
like
yeah.
they're in the fence.
Yeah.
So you go over that, and then there's a little stream with a little bridge over it, and then you're kind of in the forest then.
Yeah.
But basically we set up our tent, and we were at the very end of the block too, so there was only one house beside us.
Yeah.
And the other place was all forest. So we were in the back, and I had 3 of my friends over. I'm gonna change their names for the story because I'm actually in contact with them, and I told them about these podcasts. So I had Ben,
Yeah.
I had Ben come over, I had Nick come over, and Carl come over, and we were all in the back. And it was probably about 10 o'clock, which was really late for us back then because we were only like 10 years old.
Yeah.
And Ben um, was that friend who was really scared of the dark. So as soon as it got dark, like I brought my own flashlight and Ben brought his flashlight. And it got dark and we were kind of like doing that thing where we're telling scary stories, kind of like
Wait, so is the tent outside of the backyard?
no, it's in the backyard still.
What was the point of telling us about the tree houses?
Just to kind of give you an idea of certain things.
Okay.
Just to kind of paint a picture for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyways, so it gets dark. We're telling stories. Ben's not in it at all. He hates it. He's like, I don't like this. Like, let's just go to sleep.
Shivering.
Yeah, like he's getting scared. It's pretty cold out too.
Yeah.
And it comes to a point where he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go inside. Like he was always that kid where something went wrong, like that he didn't like at a sleepover. He's always like, oh, I knew I should have stayed home. Like I should have just stayed home. Like that's what kid he was.
Yeah.
So Ben's like, you know what, screw you guys, like, because we wouldn't stop telling the scary stories. We kind of kept scaring him, like we were kind of dickish to him. But anyways, so he said, he said screw this. He grabbed his freaking his sleeping bag and his flashlight, and he walks it back inside.
Well, he's got balls if he's just leaving the tent.
Yeah, but he was super mad too. Like I think at that point he was more mad than he was scared.
Oh.
So he went back inside my house and he's like, I'm just gonna go sleep in your room. So it's like whatever. And like my other two friends, Nick and Carl, were kind of like laughing at him, like, "Oh, make sure nothing gets you on your way." And he was just like, "Screw you guys." So anyways, he went inside. I was just sitting there. I was just like, I kind of felt bad, but like these were kind of like the first friends I ever had. So I was just like, I don't want to mess this up.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyways, Ben goes inside of my house. He lays in my room, I guess, which the room can look over. Like my room was the window like pointed at the backyard.
Yeah.
So like if he wanted, he could look down at us. Which,
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm saying that. It doesn't have anything to do with the story. But like I said, I'm trying to paint a story. Trying to paint a picture. And anyways, so we keep telling scary stories, and at this point it's probably about 11 o'clock. And I'm getting tired, and the other guys are getting tired too. So we decide, screw it, let's go to sleep. And I go to sleep. I wake up. I'm guessing it's about 3 a.m. The Nick and Carl are gone out of the tent, and it's just me now.
Yeah.
Oh crap! Sorry, I left out a part of my story. So, anyways, before we went to sleep, when we were telling stories, and we were telling stories, and then we started hearing footsteps around the tent, and like it came from like the forest area. Yeah. And at first, Carl was that kid who tried to act tough to everybody. Have you ever had a friend like that who's always kind of like, trying to act tough in front of the friends all the time?
Hey, he's like, I don't even care. And then,
he's like, oh, if you're out there, I'm gonna come out there and beat you, saying stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like he was that kid, and Carl, he was kind of annoying. But
Carl.
So like we were hearing footsteps, and they were coming from the forest, and Carl was like, "Oh Ben, really funny, trying to scare us. Like you're such a loser," like saying stuff like that. And I was like, "That's coming from the other side."
Was Ben the guy that went inside?
Yeah, Ben was the one who went inside.
Right.
So it's just me, Nick, and Carl in the tent.
Yeah.
So Carl's like, "Oh, nice try, Ben." Like he's saying stuff like that, and I'm like, Ben went the other way, and there's no way in hell he would go into the forest and come out just to try to scare us.
Yeah.
And at this point, Nick is like agreeing with me. He's like, "Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense." But Carl's like, I don't care. I'll go out there and kick anyone's ass, kind of like that thing.
And then who went? Oh, let's just go to sleep, guys.
Well, like we sat there and we listened, and then he's like, "Come on, there's 3 of us." He's like, "There's like probably one of them," and I'm like, "No, dude. Like, what if it's like a bear or something?" He's like, "It doesn't sound like a bear," and it didn't. But like I was, I was freaked out from telling stories that I wanted to believe that it was an animal. Yeah. But anyways, he's like, "Well, I'm going out there, and if you guys, aren't a bunch of, wussies, you'll come with me." And so I was like, whatever. Like I said, it was my first. They were my first group of friends. So I was like, okay. So we went out there, we looked, and me and Nick kind of stayed back, and Carl's like sitting there like, "Who's out here? Yeah, that's right. You're gonna hide now," because we didn't see anybody. Like we heard people walking around the tent, or a person, sound like a person, but we didn't hear anyone walk away from the tent. So I don't know. And he was still like calling Ben, and we're like, dude, it's not Ben. Like he was scared in the tent. Like why would he do this?
Yeah.
And Carl's like, "Oh, it's just probably just some like dumb kid thinking it's funny and stuff like that." So we just went back into the tent and we kind of stayed up for maybe like another 15 minutes and we didn't hear anything. So at that point, that's when we were kind of like, screw it, like let's just go to sleep.
Yeah.
And yeah, like so that's now I wake up and my friends are gone out of the tent and I have no idea where they are. Their sleeping bags are still there. Their shoes are gone, but they took my flashlight. And I'm
Wow.
guessing, yeah, yeah,
friends.
I'm guessing it's like 3 a.m. or something at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, I'm like feeling around the tent to see if I could like feel anyone else, and like I can't feel. I just feel like empty sleeping bags. So I'm like, Nick, Carl, and like I'm just calling out for anybody, and then
Yeah.
I hear the footsteps again. And at this point, I'm kind of like, oh, okay, I know what they're doing. Like they're trying to, they're trying to scare me.
Yeah.
So I was like, I know it's you guys, and like I hear the footsteps, and it kind of stops, and or the foots like it was just one person.
So
And
they're
then-
going like, and then just goes. Sorry, I messed up the sound effect. I apologize. I was supposed to be like. Do you know when you like it stops really quick?
When you gotta explain your like,
I don't
Your
know how
digression.
I'm gonna find out that. I apologize. But
anyways,
yeah, you hear the little footsteps. So they're like,
no, big. It's a big footstep. Like it sounds
Nope.
like an adult.
it was like,
Yeah, like it sounded like they're wearing boots or something, and like, yeah, they weren't wearing boots. I don't know. It's hard
it
to
sounded
explain.
like they were wearing boots, but they weren't wearing boots.
No, like my friends weren't wearing boots, but the footsteps I heard
Oh,
were like
yeah.
boots.
Yeah.
So like I was thinking maybe they just kind of like freaked out and ran inside and took my flashlight and were like, screw him.
Yeah.
So I hear the footsteps and at first I'm like, yo, like Nick, Carl, I know it's you guys, and it stops. And I'm like, do you guys have my flashlight? And like nothing again. And then I was like, I know it's you guys, like quit it. And nothing again. And then I hear the footsteps again, like slowly start moving towards me. And this is when I notice like it's not like little footsteps, like it's big, like it's adult or something.
Yeah.
And I start getting freaked out. So I like I try to like slowly unzip the tent, which it's like bzzz.
That's a really smart move.
I was 10 years old, man. This was like 30 years ago. The sound effects are off.
Okay, it's better in my mind than it is when I do it. Yeah.
Okay. But anyways, so, I'm trying to slowly unzip the tent. And like I still don't hear any footsteps. So I'm like trying to build up the courage because it's still pitch black in the back. Except for like the side, like the little alleyway beside the trees and like the side of my house.
Sorry, there's an alleyway now.
Well, it's like it's like the forest is there, then there's a side of my house. So it makes kind of like a little alleyway.
Okay.
So there's a bit of light there from the front yard because we always kept the front light on.
Yeah.
And that's I could barely see that because I'm so barely awake. And at this point, I'm convinced it's not like my friends.
Yeah.
So I finally built up the courage. I probably sat there for like 10 minutes, like not unzipping the tent, just freaked out, like trying to build up my courage to go and do this.
Yeah.
And eventually, I unzip it quick, and then I hear the footsteps coming behind me, like quickly. And I'm like, oh my god! So I just start running, and like it sounds like whoever was behind me kind of like tripped and stumbled over something, but they kept. No, I didn't hear like, like I just heard the footsteps. I just like heard the footsteps kind of like sound really weird.
Yeah. Okay.
So like I'm running as fast as I can, but I'm super
Did you look
tired.
behind yourself?
No, I didn't look behind me because
Oh,
I
you
was
would, right?
well, it was like pitch black, so it wouldn't at any point. So anyways,
Right.
I'm running now, and like I'm freaking out, and I'm like breathing really heavily. And who do I see in the freaking front yard? Nick and Carl, and they have like a bunch of munchies.
What's a
And
munchie?
like they have like chips and like stuff from my house.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're just sitting there on their little shit, like, oh, this is a good
No,
sight.
like they were standing there like walking back, and they had my flashlight, and they're kind of
Like,
like,
kill him.
what? Run, bitch! Beep. But anyways, so I'm telling them like run, like go, and they're freaking out and they're running back in, and in them being the freaking jerks they are.
Yeah.
They shut the door behind them, and I can still hear whatever this person thing is running behind me. Like I can still hear it behind me, and I like open the door. Thankfully, they didn't freaking lock it. and I
Yeah.
shut it, and they're kind of like laughing, like breathing heavily, kind of like, like, oh, what was that all about? Like, what? And then I
Yeah.
was like, dude, like, what was behind me? And they're like, what? I was like, what was chasing me? And they're like, nothing. And I was like, what? What do you mean nothing? They're like, oh, were you getting scared of your own footsteps? And I was like, what? I was like, how could that have been my footsteps? I wasn't wearing any shoes. And
Yeah.
Carl being the freaking tough guy he was trying to be, he was the one kind of making fun of me the most. Like, oh, you probably heard your heartbeat, because when your heartbeat gets a lot of adrenaline, like it pumps really hard. And he's like, it could sound like footsteps. And I was like, how can it sound like
Whatever.
footsteps
Yeah.
crushing leaves? Like, oh, my heart is like crushing leaves. And I don't. And Carl, if you're listening to this, screw you. It wasn't my foot. It wasn't. I wasn't getting scared of my own footsteps. I wasn't getting scared of my heartbeat. Like, it was footsteps. I know what freaking footsteps sound like, and I can still like, remember it so clearly to this day because I was so freaked out.
Yeah.
And so anyways, we ran inside. We decided not to go back out, believe it or not.
Oh.
And we all just kind of stayed in the room. And in the
Sorry,
morning,
why did they go inside in the first place?
oh, they went inside because they woke up and they got really hungry, and so they went to go get a bunch of food and stuff.
No, whatever. Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, so anyways, we woke up the next morning and Ben was laughing at us because he's like, "Oh, I don't look so stupid now, do I?" And I told like my mom and dad, and they went out in the back and they didn't see like anything out of the ordinary.
I
So-
even program my own camera.
Okay, so anyways, that's story one. So
Okay, that's definitely not yours.
story A. Okay, now story B. Okay,
Is this down in Hazleton again?
no, this one's in Williams Lake actually.
Oh, cool.
This is when I
Where's
was huh? Oh,
Where's
this is
that?
this is a small city that I used to work in.
Oh, nice.
This is when I was delivering pizzas in when I worked for Domino's way back in the day.
Okay, yeah.
And
Nice.
I was with some I just got off work. It was really late, and one of my friends asked me if I could pick them up from the bar because he liked to drink. And
Is that what pizza delivery drivers do now?
no, I said I was off work.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like Friday and it was like midnight,
Okay.
so the bars were still open.
I don't have an Uber. I'm gonna call the pizza guy.
No, Uber wasn't a thing back then.
Yeah,
But
it still isn't. Yeah.
But anyway, so he like called me. He called me like right before I was off my shift. Like I was out going to a delivery, and he was like, yo, I need a ride because like I'm super drunk and like I'm almost
So
getting
you
in
were
fights.
on shift.
Yeah, I was on shift, but I told him he'd have to wait until I got off a shift.
Okay.
So which was only like this was my last delivery I was doing. So I told him like give me like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So I went and picked him up. I went and picked him up only to find out that he had two other freaking friends with him that also needed a ride. And me being, the guy who has a hard time being like, no, you can't go.
Yeah.
I took them with me, and they're like, oh, just we need a ride over my place. He can drop us off there. And my friend was like, oh, I'll get out. I'll probably get out there too, just so you don't have to drop me off at home too.
Yeah.
So we drove out to this place. It was a little ways out of town, and not too far. Like I guess we were still technically in town, but
Yeah.
it was kind of further out. So, anyways, we pull up to this house, and like it looks abandoned. So I'm like, "This is your house?" And they're like, "Oh no, like we just need somewhere to smoke up." And I was like, "What?"
Oh, they're
and-
doing like weed or something.
Yeah, they had like marijuana.
Yeah.
And my friend's like, "Oh, sorry, I forgot they wanted to do this." And I was like, "Not cool."
I forgot.
Yeah. Like
He just
like,
said like I want to go home, and
Yeah.
then you go to a different house.
well, like they told me to come to this place, and I guess this is where they normally go to smoke up, and they were telling me like, "Oh, it's haunted and stuff like that." And I was like, "Whatever, dude. I'm tired. I want to go home." And like I was contemplating just leaving them there,
Yeah.
but it was so far from anywhere. Like you had to drive down like this fucking old this.
Wait,
beep-
you had to leave.
Beep.
Beep. You had to like sit there and wait for them to be done.
Yeah, because like
What?
I'm kind of a pushover when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Oh,
Like
what a push!
no, but
You're
like
such a loser.
so we go to this place, and they're like, oh, like give us like 5 minutes, and my friend goes in with them, so there's three of them all together, and they kind of they go to like open the door, but it's like locked, and like my friend comes back and he's like, He's like, oh, well, the door's locked. It's weird because normally this door isn't locked and like nobody's lived here in years. So I was like, okay, so what are we doing? He's like, oh, we're just gonna go into the side window. So I was like, what? And they're like, yeah. And I didn't even really like look at the place all that much. And he's like, so give us like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my god, all right. I was like, seriously, 10 minutes and I'm out of here. And they kind of all disappear off into the house. They go in some side window or door or something. And I'm looking at this house. Finally, I decided to look at it because I didn't stare at it.
Oh, okay. You're just
Yeah.
like looking down at the ground.
Well, like I saw it.
Each house.
Oh, there's a house here. No, like I looked at it, but I didn't really really look at it. I just kind of like glanced up at it, like, oh yeah. But I look at it, and now I see like there's a bunch of windows on the house,
Oh yeah.
and like there's the door downstairs.
What do you mean? You just realized there's windows? Didn't they go through
Well-
the window?
Well, the side window.
Oh, okay.
And this door has two windows on the side. Those kind of like long, skinny ones.
Yeah.
And looked like there's another like a window above the door, which looked like maybe like a landing for the stairs.
Yeah.
And then there was another window like on the left and the right. Once you go up higher, so there was
Yeah.
so from what I saw, there were 5 windows altogether: the 2 by the door, the 1 in the middle, and the 2 up top. The 2 on the left and the right side. And
You're very observant.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I was bored. I wanted to go home, and I was really pissed off. So I was like, if they're going in there, like
there's 3 windows here, 4 windows there.
I'm just making blueprints for this place.
Yeah.
No, but so anyways, I'm kind of like, okay, whatever, and I'm kind of sitting there looking down at my phone because I'm thinking that my girlfriend at home is probably like, where the hell is he?
Yeah.
And I look back up again, and I see my friend standing at the middle like window that's on top of the door.
Yeah.
And he's just standing there looking at me. And I see the other guy at the very top floor just standing at the window, the left one, looking at me. And the one beside the door, the skinny window. And he's just looking at me. So, like, I'm looking at them, and I kind of do, like, the look like, what are you guys doing? Like, come on.
Yeah.
And then my girlfriend does text me, and I look down at it, and I text her back, and I look up, and they're all walking out already. I literally looked down for, like 15 seconds, and there's no way.
Oh, that's
Nope.
a long time.
Really? So you're saying someone could get from like a 3-story building from the top all the way outside in 15 seconds?
Wait, but you said wait, what level were they both on?
The one was on the 3rd level. My friend was on the 2nd level, and the other one was at the floor level. But
Wait,
all
there's
3
3
of
guys
them,
now?
yeah, there's
What?
3 of them. Yeah, I said
There's 2. Oh, okay. Never
my
mind.
friend and 2 of his friends. So yeah.
So they're all on like a different level.
Yeah, they're all in different level, just staring at me, like not making any facial expression at all. And I'm like, looking like, that's why I was like, dude, like, are you guys coming? Are you guys done? Like, what are you doing?
Okay, I still believe 15 seconds is enough to get down for the 3rd.
Really?
But whatever, yeah. Well, but
And for 3 of them to squeeze through a little window, like what?
Okay. The window makes it impossible. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're coming out. They're coming out, right? And they're kind of looking back, and I can still see they have like the joint that they didn't smoke, I guess.
Yeah.
And so they're all getting in, and I'm like, what happened? I was like, what were you guys looking at? And he's like, what? And I was like, what were you guys looking at? Like when you guys were looking at me in the windows. He's like, no, the window we went in, like the door was locked. Like it led to another room, but the door was locked in there. He's like, so we couldn't even go in. And I was like, I saw you guys in the windows though. Like I saw you guys were looking at me. And he's like, he's kind of joking around, like, oh, were you smoking up? Like, did you have anything to like, smoke? And I was like, no, like I saw you guys looking at me. I was like, and then like 15 seconds, you guys were all walking out. He's like, well, you're seeing things because none of us even like went in there. And I was like, I don't know. I'm just telling you what I saw.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, whatever. And I just chalked it up to me being really tired, but like I've never been so tired that I've actually seen somebody somewhere.
Yeah. No.
So I was like, this is weird.
Oh, that's scary, dude. Oh,
And I eventually just dropped them off at home.
it's creepy, dude.
they
People
were-
just looking at you.
Yeah. And in
Yeah.
15 seconds, like being out. Okay, so that's story B. Story
Yeah.
C. This one has a lot to do with like my family when we go out to the reservation. If anyone doesn't know, and my grandma and grandpa out there, they have their own like they have like okay, my grandma and grandpa have my grandpa on that side has a brother who has a farm, and every time we do kind of like a family reunion, like we go out to they call it like an arbor area where they have like powwows and stuff.
Yeah.
That's where we go because we have a big ass family.
Oh, scary.
Yeah, yeah, that's the scariest part. The end. That's story C.
That's definitely it.
No,
Okay.
but okay. So story C. Anyways, he brings his horses out, and like he does like rides for the kids. Like he'll saddle them up and stuff, and he'll put kids on
Were
there.
you considered one of the kids?
Yeah, yeah, it was.
You're pretty young still. Yeah.
I mean,
I
yeah,
might
this
have
was,
mistaken you.
this was like 40 years ago. So,
Oh.
no, I'm just kidding. But anyway, so I was really scared to go on the horse by myself, and like some of the older kids would go on the horse, and like he would like walk through a trail, and like
Yeah.
all the horses would kind of like follow him, and
Yeah.
we'd have like an adult on the side for the kids who didn't know how to ride a horse, so the adult will kind of like lead the horse through the trail.
Yeah.
And this was like when it was getting really cold out. Like it was probably like end of September, beginning of October. So it was like cold enough that you'd have to wear a jacket.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's fall time, and we're walking through the trail, like the trail that we've all gone on so many times. Like I hated it because I didn't like being on horses, and I've already been on that trail like 80 times.
Yeah.
And so I was like, whatever, I'm riding along, and we're kind of going up this weird, like it's like a weird little hump, like that goes up, like a bit of the ground that goes up and over, and it kind of goes down towards the hill, which kind of goes down further, and once you reach the bottom, like it's almost kind of like a, what is it called?
Like a valley.
Yeah, like a valley, because then it goes straight back up,
Yeah.
but there's still a bunch of trees around, and I'm just kind of riding along, kind of being bored, like not caring, and then like I noticed that like we weren't moving anymore, and like
You're just floating on a horse.
no, yeah,
Oh, keep walking.
we started lagging. No. But no, like I just kind of looked down at my mom, and she was looking up or looking forward, and
Sorry, what?
yeah, she was looking
Wait,
for.
you're on the horse. Right?
Yeah, I'm on the horse. My mom is leading the horse. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm riding on my mom's back, feeding her a carrot. Like,
That's the scary part, dude. You're like looking down, the horse turns into your mom. That's scary.
no, okay. So like, there's probably about 6 of us there. So we're kind of like
Yeah.
all in a single file line, following my grandpa's uncle. I don't know how I would say that. My great
Are you
uncle.
number one? Like, are you
No,
in front?
no. He's in front. I'm probably like in the middle. I think I was like the fourth one in the fourth horse from the front. Fourth
Okay.
rider. I guess I wasn't the horse.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I noticed that we all stopped. My mom's just looking forward, and everybody's like looking forward. And there's like 2 younger kids behind me, and my auntie in the front. She was in front of me on the horse, and she's like, "What the hell?" And so I'm kind of like, "Wait, what?" And I look up, and we see this guy running, like fast. I'm like, okay, it's gonna sound weird the way I explain it, but like this is how I thought about in my mind. Was the guy was running? Oh God, this gives me shivers just remembering, just thinking about this.
Okay.
The guy was running. He was running so fast that it was like he was on a bike pedaling as fast as he could.
Oh, wow.
Like, and
But you could see it was like he was on his feet.
yeah, he was on his feet, and that was the thing, is he wasn't wearing shoes either. He wasn't wearing shoes, but he was wearing like running stuff, like a muscle shirt and like shorts.
Well, yeah. Was he also like native?
No, which
He was just-
it sounds weird, but that was a weird thing too. Is we're like, what? So like, so he's running fast, like faster than I've ever seen anyone run,
Yeah.
and he's constantly looking at us. And one of the weird things too is like, there's no noise coming from him, and he's running on things like branches and leaves and stuff. Like, and it's fall time, so he should be making some kind of like, okay, if he's running the world's fastest runner ever, like, okay, like that would be
Usain
like,
Bolt.
yeah, and
Yeah.
but the fact that he's not making any noise is the weird thing.
Was
Like
he close to you guys though?
I don't even know like how to explain how far away he was, because I'm not too good with like maybe like I don't even know. Maybe like maybe
Was it like 2 cars distances or like a long, long way?
it was probably about 4 cars distances, 4 car lengths.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not that far.
Uh,
It's like right next to you guys.
Yeah,
if he's
well,
going really fast, he would have only seen him for a couple seconds.
but the thing is, like, we were in a valley in the trees, and it was like the flat part down there, so that's where he was running through. And the thing that
But you
freaked.
just said you saw him up above, so he would have been on the side of the valley, no?
No, no, no. Okay, so we were down. We finally got down the hump, and that's when I noticed where we stopped. And it was like a flat area. It's hard to explain. It's like,
Okay, go on. The guy's sprinting.
okay, yeah.
And
So
what
he's sprinting as like faster than I've ever seen anyone run in my life. And he's watching us too while he's running. So he's running like sideways. So like we're
like a crab.
no, 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 no. So he's running. So picture someone running straight, right? Someone's running straight, and you're standing off to the side, and like they look at you like that, like they look off to you, but then they keep looking forward and run, kind of like that.
So he's just peeking up.
So he's running,
He's
but the
like
thing is,
actual sideways.
he doesn't break his look. Like he doesn't break his his stare from us. He keeps watching us, and like he runs past us to the point where he's in front of us now.
Yeah.
Like he's in front of us, running up the hill, same speed, and his head is like turned 190 degrees, still looking at us. And
Sorry,
I
190 degrees.
yeah,
You
or
mean 180?
yeah, 180.
Like he's done the full turnaround and then an extra 10 degrees.
So okay, so to put that in perspective for anyone who doesn't know that, it's like having an owl like turn their head around. You know how it looks weird how they can like.
Yeah.
So it was like that, but like his head was completely backwards now, running up the hill, and like we're sitting there like, what the hell? And you know, my uncle is, or I don't know, my great uncle, I don't know. He's sitting there like freaked out, and like we all like zero noise. Like this guy, no one has ever seen him before. He's dressed really weirdly for it being so freaking cold out. Beep. And like his head is turned around completely, which I'm pretty sure is impossible for a human. And
it's possible, but he'll be dead.
yeah. And yeah, so like we all sat there for the longest time. I was crying. I was scared. Like I was crying.
The horse is crying.
Like I'm not like
the guy's running.
I mean like
I just love this picture of like this Canadian guy just running. It's like, oh, how's it going, guys?
Yeah.
And he's like running past, and then just all these native guys on horses just crying. Like what?
well,
a picture.
just me and the two kids.
Oh, was it just you?
Me and the two kids were crying.
Sorry,
Yeah.
how old were you?
I was probably about 8.
Oh, you were young.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought this was...
No, this was yesterday. Yeah, I was just. I'm on the horse. My mom's leading it. I'm like this big ass guy on a horse. No, I was like 8 years old.
Okay.
So yeah, and like it's hard to explain this like without making it sound stupid because, like, it was like the freakiest thing I've ever seen in my life, and like I bring it up to anybody else, and like nobody wants to talk about it because like we all sat there for probably about like 10 minutes and nobody said anything. Obviously nobody wanted to go up the hill the way that guy went.
Yeah.
So finally like my auntie's like, what the hell was that? And like everyone, like all the adults kind of like nervously laughed. Kind of like, what the hell was that? So anyways, my great uncle, I guess, he like turns, he's like, no, he's like, turn around. So we all turn around, we go back. And yeah, that's story C. It was.
Oh, that's the scariest of the three, I have to say.
Yeah.
Even though it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I guess I'm just not explaining it. It's one of those things where you have to be there. Like you have to have seen it for yourself.
Yeah, this is tough. The last story actually changed my opinion on like all of them now, because I thought I had them like in the right order.
Yeah.
But the third one, it's like there's no way in hell that is your story. And I thought it would be your story, the last one, but God. Okay, so just to sum it all up, the first one is the Hazelton one with the 10.
Yeah. And B is the
that one sounds very online, but
B is the Dominoes, the people looking at me.
yeah, that sounds very you, but I thought it was too much you to be you. So I thought maybe a buddy of Domino's was like, oh yeah,
And the
my
C,
story's good. And then
C.
C was, oh, that's like a full weirdo one. I gotta say that C has to be your buddies. Is that right?
I can't tell you because then that gives you.
Well, okay. What do I have to say? A, B, and C, and then you say yes or no.
Yeah, you have to say A. You know, like you'd say like you said, C would be your friends. So you got to say that. I'll give you three chances. So that
Three.
or two chances actually, because three you'll get it. Two chances.
Okay. Okay. The first A has to be online. It just has to be because online is always like, oh yeah, something could happen, but then nothing happens. And the purpose of the story is nothing. Like
Okay.
there was no footsteps, there was nothing. So that A is online, 100%. B, because C is impossibly yours. B has to be yours, and then C has to be your friends.
That
Is
is
that right?
that is wrong.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's wrong.
Did I have any of them right?
He said, which one? You said A was online, B was my
Yours,
friends,
and then
mine.
C. No, B is yours, and then C is your friends.
Nope,
What?
nothing.
What? What?
Yeah,
Okay, well then. Okay, let me try again.
last try.
Oh, okay. Well, good job. Um, so then, I guess A has to be yours, B has to be your friends, and then C has to be online. They're in.
Is that your final thing? You don't want to switch any of them out?
Oh, I'll switch them. A is
Um,
yours. B is now B has to be online. Okay, A is yours. B is online, and C is your friends.
You had it so close. You had it the first time you said it.
Oh, get on!
A is
Let's go.
mine. A is mine. B is my friends, and C was online.
Oh, why did I say that?
Ah, damn, dude.
Wait, C was online?
Yeah, C was online.
Okay, thinking about it now, that makes sense because the online ones are always like crazy white people doing like weird moves.
No, but the thing was, is like it wasn't like I did change it around, so it was like family reunion. It was actually like a story from like Texas or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was like a rancher out
I
there
know
who
that
like
makes sense that you change it, but
yeah.
but it's always like, oh, look behind me, there's just dancing white guy, and he's like, oh, he's dancing and looking up and smiling, like that's great.
But anyway, so yeah, like basically that one story C that I
Ugh.
told you, that one had a bit more, but I didn't want to say it because it'd probably give it away. Because they said that in the story that it looked like his uncle or something, and they asked his uncle because they got back and he was back there, and they're like, "Were you running through the forest?" And he's like, "No, no." So
Did you change skin color and run through the forest in track pants? Uh,
well, shorts, but
shorts. Yeah.
yeah. And B
Well,
was
I gotta say C is gonna be the scariest one.
Yeah, that I heard that one online. It's told a lot better than what I told it, and like the person who actually told it like tells it in better detail and like makes it actually scarier. And
Yeah.
C was my friend's. She was
I mean B.
yeah. B was my friend's, and this was a story from like Alberta when she lived in Alberta, and yeah, she told the story about like the house, pretty much exactly how I told it, except she was also joining in on the. She was originally gonna.
Yeah, okay, that makes more sense.
She was
high.
she was no, she was going out there to get high with them, and then I don't know. I guess she started feeling really sick on the way out because it was a long drive, and she got motion sickness really quick. So she was like, "No, I'm
Where'd the
not."
pizza delivery go?
No,
took,
she
like,
wasn't.
motion sickness from
No,
driving
her
around.
friends were like, "Yo, we're gonna go get high. You want to come with us?" And she's like, "Okay." She didn't work at Domino's. That part
She
I
gets
added
high
in.
and she starts seeing things.
She wasn't high though.
Okay, whatever. What? You have to be high because it's impossible what she saw. What do you mean? You're saying it like it's reasonable that she saw the three faces.
Bodies, people.
What? It was just the body? They
No, it was
just didn't have
people.
a face?
It's people, her
Sure.
friends. But it was just more. It was more than just their faces.
Whatever.
So yeah, mine was the tent one.
You threw me, dude. Yeah. See, I thought the 10 one was so online though. Like, but then with my second guess, I knew that had to be yours.
Yeah, because I actually should do that. Like have sleepovers in tents.
And then run. So wait, you actually think there was footsteps behind you?
Yeah, yeah, I heard that stuff. Trying to censor myself.
Okay.
Like it very well could have been a person, like walking around and like I don't know, maybe they actually did something. Maybe it was my heartbeat, like when I was running like towards my friends.
With little leaves going through the little heartbeat. Okay.
What is up with your sound effects, dude?
Okay, don't let me do sound effects.
The horses are behind me now. Okay.
And you're crying.
Okay. So anyways, yeah, so that was one of the segments that we did. We are way over what we're normally gonna do.
We are. Okay, we should probably close this soon.
Okay, so yes, thank you so much. If you guys wanted, I guess it's too late. I was gonna say play along at home, but too late now.
We should have said that.
But if you guys did guess without knowing we wanted you to play along, put
Yeah.
what your guesses were down below.
Oh, they're probably guessing a lot. They're not stupid.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys very much for joining us on our very first podcast. We had Mr. Trump on. We're hoping maybe we'll get that highly sought after artist from Europe or Sweden, Switzerland on maybe sometime.
Maybe. And then I also found a podcaster from South Korea. So yeah, we're all over the world basically.
Yep, and a personal friend of ours who's an aspiring musician, shall I say?
Aspiring is an understatement.
Yeah, that's true.
He's taken the market by storm.
Yes, so definitely stay tuned. We're gonna have some gaming stuff up later on. Like we said, we're gonna be doing some live action, which is maybe some vlogs, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Definitely stay tuned. Check out all of our social stuff, and donate to Patreon. We'll give you a shout out.
Dude.
Comment, yeah, I know.
Stories were creepy, dude.
I'm able to sleep tonight now.
Uh,
I'm gonna have to go pitch my tent in the backyard.
Yeah, me too. I'll pitch my horses and watch a guy run through the woods
Yeah.
with an owl head.
Yeah. With no shoes on.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. So definitely subscribe, you guys. Thank you for
subscribe, tweet.
Yeah, tweet, like our page on Facebook, donate to our Patreon. We'll announce you as a VP for our podcast.
Yep.
So stay tuned. More videos coming, you guys. More videos coming. We're gonna end this now because it's going super long. This is like the introduction, though. And
it's the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Donald
I'll be
Trump.
shorter.
Donald Trump. Yeah, trust me, guys. Let us know if
We
you
had
guys want
Donald
longer
Trump.
ones. Let us know if you guys want longer ones. I know when I worked at Domino's, I used to like listening to long podcasts because like it was nice because I'd get to listen to people talk about interesting stuff. We're gonna have like weird news. We're gonna have stuff like that on this podcast. So stay tuned. Donate. And yeah, any closing words, Dex?
No.
Okay. Thank you so much for watching / listening. Hope you guys enjoyed. And we'll probably have more videos coming soon.
Bye.
Later.